Caseus, Jedi Master. Chapter 15. Caseus seethed and stared at the hologram of Rax. Caseus? That's him. He's the one who sold us out on Castellan. What are you talking about? When Dravok and I tried to stop Vader, we hired a team to help us. One of them sold us out and ruined everything. That's him. Rax. Gaidom looked at the hologram and back to Caseus. What are you going to do? What do you think? Liara stared at her master as Gaidom pulled Caseus aside. Caseus, I know you're angry, but you're not thinking straight. You can't just walk in and assassinate a public figure like that, no matter what he's done. I don't care. This is happening, Gaidom. Either help me get to him or step aside. Gaidom stared at Caseus with a disappointed look before moving aside. Fine. Don't expect any help from me if you get caught. Caseus walked to the door. Liara, we're going. Come on. Okay. Thank you, Gaidom. Now, Liara. Liara quickly followed as Gaidom watched them leave. Caseus and Liara quickly made their way back to the nebulous and stepped inside to see Pip bouncing a rubber ball against the wall and catching it.
Hey, welcome back. So, we ready to leave?
Not yet. You said you can get a stabilizing ring, right?
Can do, Captain.
Can you get something else?
Probably. What you need?
A dress. Pip stared up and down at Caseus.
Gee, I don't know. I don't think you've got the figure to pull off a dress.
Not for me, Bolthead, for her. What? Why do I need a dress? Caseus looked at Liara. Because you're going to get into that party tomorrow.
A party? Ooh, you think they'll let droids in?
Not you, Pip. I've got a special job for you. First, get her something fancy. Something to help her blend in with the bigwigs and upperclassers.
Aye, aye.
Pip hopped in front of Liara and carefully examined her.
Okay, you won't recognize her when I'm done.
Good. Hurry. Pip immediately ran out of the ship towards the city. Caseus, what exactly are we doing? We should leave before we get spotted. Liara, this has to be done. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to sneak into the party. The administrator is a cruel, backstabbing man. I need you to find a way to get him alone. I'll take care of the rest. Liara looked uneasy. What are you going to do to him? I don't know yet. But it won't be pretty. You're not going to kill him, are you? Caseus looked at her and sighed. No. But he's not going to walk out of that party either. Liara, if it hadn't been for him, Vader would be dead now. He wouldn't be spreading his evil across the galaxy. My friends wouldn't be dead. He's the reason everything failed. It's because of him that Bendel is growing up without a father. And he has to answer for his betrayal. I need you to see that. It sounds like revenge. There's a difference between revenge and justice, Liara. I don't see a difference here. I'll help. But I don't like this. Liara turned and went to her quarters, leaving Caseus alone to think. Meanwhile, Pip was sneaking his way through the streets of Cloud City, carefully hiding behind waste bins, streetlights, and statues.
The stealthy Pip knows no fear. Through the streets of the elite, he finds himself without backup, without defense. Only his wit and cunning can save him here. Dun 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 dun.
Finding the clothing district, Pip carefully tiptoed underneath a camera before climbing into an air vent in the back of the store. Carefully crawling through, he looked down beneath the vents at the workers below, selling beautiful dresses, suits, and accessories. Carefully, he examined a few of them, looking at a white gown.
Ah, too sheer.
Crawling further, he looked at a bright green dress with rhinestone trimming.
Ah, gaudy.
Finally, from down below, he saw two Twi'lek women examining a beautiful blue gown with silver embroidery.
Aha! Perfect. Liara, you are going to be the belle of the ball. Now to get rid of the Commodores.
Looking around the vent, Pip noticed a large rodent chewing on an insect.
Ah, perfect.
Grabbing the rodent by the tail, Pip quickly picked it up and dropped it through the vent on top of one of the women, who screamed and ran away with her friend, dropping her purse.
Huh, convenient.
At the checkout counter, a woman sat reading a book when the desk bell rang. Looking up, she saw Pip standing on top of the desk, holding the dress and a pouch of credits.
One dress, please.
Back at the ship, Caseus sat in meditation, trying to clear his mind. He couldn't help but think to himself, was Liara right? Should they just leave? He wanted nothing more than for Rax to pay for what he did. His status, his wealth, his position as administrator, all of them were ill-gotten gains from selling them out. But was he doing the right thing? Caseus? Caseus turned to Liara. What is it? When we leave here, where will we go? I'm not sure just yet. Somewhere quiet, where we don't have to worry about the Empire or any rebellion business. This rebellion, though, do you think maybe we should help? You said yourself that the Empire is bad, and maybe they can stop them if we help. Caseus sighed and sat across from her. Liara, just because the Empire is evil doesn't mean they can be stopped by anyone. Think about how many systems the Empire has in its control. Systems that willingly go along with the tyranny that the Empire spreads. There's no force out there that can contend with that. Not that I've seen. My duty is not to any cause or suicidal mission to stop an entire military force. My duty is to you, to keep you safe and train you. If we were to join them, we'd only draw attention to ourselves, and by extension, we'd draw attention to them. It's not safe for anyone. There will be a time to fight back, but it's not now. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think so. I promise you, Liara. We won't hide the rest of our lives. Okay. Liara looked out the viewport at the night sky. This place is beautiful. Was Coruscant like this? A little. Coruscant was different. On the surface, it was a beautiful utopia. But the deeper you went, the more you realized just how corrupt it was. Guess you could say the same about the Republic. Liara looked at her master. Caseus, if all that stuff hadn't happened to the Jedi and the Republic, we might not have met each other. Caseus thought about it. She was right. Even if he and Sarah had gone to Dantooine like they planned, there's a good chance they would have never crossed paths. I guess you're right. Caseus, if it meant never meeting, would you have changed anything? Just like that, Liara had asked Caseus the most difficult question he had ever been asked. He had to think for a moment. I don't know. I don't think I can answer that. What I can tell you is this. Everything happens for a reason. Sometimes bad things happen to good people, and sometimes good things happen to bad people. I can't change what happened. I can't resurrect the dead. But I want you to know this. Caseus put his hands on Liara's shoulders and looked her in the eyes. I'm very glad to have met you. I'm proud to call you my student. And no matter what happens, I'll stick by you. Liara smiled when the ramp to the ship opened.
Da-da-da-da! One dress as requested.
Pip held up a box to Liara, who opened it and gazed at the dress. It's beautiful, Pip. Great work.
All in a day's work for Pip, Stealth Master Extraordinaire.
Is that what we're calling ourselves now?
Yeah, Liara can be the daughter of Dantooine.
Liara laughed into her hand.
And you, Captain Caseus of the Metal Hand, Scourge of the Outer Rim.
Liara laughed out loud as Cassius raised an eyebrow. I think I'll stick with Cassius.
Wow, you're no fun. More like Captain Curmudgeon.
Cassius sighed before he felt a familiar presence approach the ship. Stepping outside, he saw Gaiadome. Hey. Hey. The two Jedi looked at each other for a moment. Look, I don't agree with what you're planning. But if you think it's what you need to do, so be it. Remember, though, I can't help you if things go wrong. I understand. Gaiadome reached into his pocket and pulled out a small metal glowing card. I managed to get my hands on one of these invitations for tomorrow. Here. It'll be less suspicious. Cassius took the card and nodded his head respectfully. Thank you. We'll be careful. Okay. Take care, Cassius. May the Force be with you. You too. Once Gaiadome left, Cassius returned inside and saw Liara wearing the dress. How does it look? Perfect. You'll fit right in. Get some rest. Big day tomorrow. Okay. Good night, Master. Good night, Liara.